In this video, the Thinking Hound discusses the most dangerous children toys that were actually sold to the public. Viewer engagement is advised.
Thinking Hound Entertainment is not responsible for excessive enjoyment or aggressive subscribing that you may experience in this video.
As a kid, I had many different children toys. I played with sticks, boxes, rocks. For centuries, parents have been trying to figure out how to distract their children so that they can actually get some peace and quiet. Cue in toy companies. While hundreds of years ago, parents would only distract their children with chores, or with nature, or with dysentery. For the last few decades, companies have been making commercially manufactured toys for kids to play with. While some children toys are great distractions, some children toys are a little bit more risky. Which made me wonder, what are the most dangerous children toys to ever be created? I pondered this question for weeks. I spent every waking hour researching databases and articles on the topic. I isolated myself from my family and friends so that I could have a complete focus on the topic. I didn't eat. I didn't drink. I couldn't sleep because the question affected me so much. So in order for me to sleep and eat again, I have to talk about my findings. So here are a few of the most dangerous children toys ever created. The Atomic Energy Lab was created in 1950 in the midst of the Cold War. The Atomic Lab included different chemicals and materials that a child could play around with. The idea was that the toy could help educate children and encourage children to have a career in atomic energy and the sciences. Which makes total sense. I mean, one person doesn't choose their life career based off of a child's toy. Everyone who played Operation are obviously surgeons. Children who played Clue later became detectives. Children who played Risk became psychopathic military dictatorship leaders.
But from the moment, as a child, when we realized that the world could be conquered, it has been a lifetime struggle, a never-ending fight.
While the idea behind the Atomic Lab is not necessarily a bad idea, the creators of the toy decided to put an extra touch of realism into the lab set. The Atomic Lab contained 4 different types of uranium ore, yes, the stuff famous for making big bombs, and had radioactive material within the Atomic Lab. And no, this is not a situation where the game company did not know that there was radioactive material in the lab. They openly advertised that they had radioactive material. Hey kids, with the Atomic Lab toy, you will increase your knowledge of the sciences, while also increasing your medical bill. There is no price too big for learning. The Atomic Lab only was on the shelves for a year, not due to any health-related issues, but simply because people couldn't afford the radiation box. Sorry, Timmy, you'll have to get your unhealthy dose of radiation somewhere else. Creepy Crawlers was a toy made in the 1960s that still exists today.
Get Mattel's new thing maker with creepy crawlers. You can tell it's Mattel.
Creepy Crawlers Workshop. Your parents put it together. Light bulb not included. Graveyard coolie, small packing, glow groupies sold separately.
However, the earlier versions of the toy had a few safety issues. The whole premise of Creepy Crawlers is that you have some molds that are in different shapes, usually in the shape of spiders and spooky insects, and you can pour a liquid goo into the mold, then you heat up the goo in the oven, which is included in the package, and boom! The goo hardens and you have some plastic-like insects. Now, the whole marketing scheme behind Creepy Crawlers was that brats could create their fake bugs so they could scare their family and friends.
Creepy Crawlers are so much fun. Playing gags on everyone.
You can be a little creep without being bad.
Unleash your putrid toxic terrors and make them scream.
You can collect them or spread them around. After all, they're fun for the entire family.
Wow, what a great toy for the whole family. While the toy may lack any wholesomeness, it does not lack toxic materials and high levels of heat. Not only was having a toy that required children to cook goo on a hot surface the cause of many burns, but the goo was also toxic to inhale. When you cooked the goo, it would emit toxic fumes and would cause nearby children to become nauseated. To be honest, the children were likely to prank their grandpa with the creepy crawlers anyways, so the kids probably deserved it. The toy company have modified the design of creepy crawlers to be less dangerous over time, but the toy has not become any less rude. Aqua Dots was a toy where you arranged colorful beads on a plastic tray, sprayed the beads with water, and then the beads would stick together and become a figurine.
The magical dots you create, spray, and play.
While the idea behind Aqua Dots is a pretty straightforward idea, there may be safety issues when perhaps a Chinese manufacturer of the beads coats the beads in a chemical that creates GHB if swallowed. What is GHB? Well, GHB is a drug that causes the body to go completely limp and is common for criminals and Cosby-like individuals to use on dates. Yeah, not a good drug at all. And since children like to literally eat anything they can get their hands on, children ended up experiencing side effects from swallowing the beads with the GHB.
Investigation is expanding tonight into the Aqua Dots recall. Those toys are contaminated with a chemical similar to the date drug. And there is late word tonight, 6 more children may have gotten sick. The suppliers could be facing a year in jail and a large fine.
The Aqua Dots were all recalled and production was shut down. Aqua Dots still exists under different brand names and different companies, and also with a lot less drugs.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want, hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends. And I will see you in the next video.